Hi folks, in today's video we'll be talking about game systems that we wish existed.
We were talking about game settings and systems and things like that we don't know if they exist or not, but we'd really like to play in them. So we thought that we would tell you what we would like to play in, and then we want to hear from you. Are there systems that we should go out and check out and play based on what it is that we wish there was?
Yeah, and we kind of purposefully, before filming this video, didn't go search to see if these existed. So if we're describing something you're like, this is exactly what it is, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. So start off, what is a... So we kind of differentiated between systems and then IP. So what's a system or a type of game that you wish there was?
So I really want to play in kind of like an urban fantasy type system. So not cyberpunk futuristic, but a system that takes place in our world, but there's the Fae is real and the Fae realm. I really like books and stuff like that have those elements to it, and I think that would be a really fun system to play in. There's a familiarity of the world, but then the other being the Fae or whatever fantastical element is, and magic.
Yeah, so I think kind of like that, but a little bit removed, our world, or maybe slightly futuristic. But I would like to do sort of a post-apocalyptic diesel punk.
Ooh, like
type.
A Mad Max.
Yeah,
type?
Sort of Mad Max in feel for sure. But I think that'd be neat where, you have this idea of needing to survive, and there are cars and there's stuff that feel very familiar, but maybe there's maybe it's not magic, but maybe it's mutants and things like that are out there. And I think if that existed, it'd be really neat if your character maybe gets new gear, as a player, you get new gear and things like that. But if you have your car, your vehicle, and that's what levels up.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it'd be neat because that system would have to have vehicle mechanics and be really good at it for fighting and chases and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that diesel punk world would be kind of cool.
Cool. Are there any other general setting or systems?
General system setting type thing. I do think it would be kind of fun to just play in a medieval, which is 1,000-year span, but from the 400s to the 1400s. But not fantasy. Okay. Right? So no dragons or anything like that.
You grow to the age of 9 and
die. No. Well, maybe, because we're the heroes, it's not quite that. But yeah, no, just a sort of that medieval period without all of the dragons, although maybe there would be dungeons. I think that'd be kind of neat.
More of a historical.
Yeah, a historical-based thing without the fantasy. Yeah, so system-wise, that'd be cool. What about IP? If there was a world or a book or something like that.
The first one that came to mind is a book series by Mercedes Lackey, The 500 Kingdoms. And why I bring this up is the magic in that world tries to force people into stories, into fairy tales. So Cinderella, Snow White, those kinds of things. And all of the books are about the main characters kind of playing into some of the stereotype, but then flipping it on its head. And by breaking out of the stereotype, it releases a lot of magic that then fairy godmothers can control.
So if you are picking your class in that system, is it I am an evil stepmother, or I'm a...
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. All right, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so, abilities, and then also, that'd be a fun, how do you play into some of the stereotype, but then break out of it when you need to, or to release magical energy, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's really... Oh, that's neat.
How about you?
Yeah, IP-wise, there's a few, but a game I want to play set in that world would be sort of the world from the Vampire Hunter D comic books, and There's like 2 of the movies that are out there, which is it's so it's set in the future, but it feels like it's like the 1850s, 1880s. But there's vampires and werewolves. But then, like, there's a bionic horse every once in a while.
Oh, okay,
like,
so there are those future elements.
There's futuristic technology, but then, like, we've regressed so much that it feels like it's set in the past. And, like, vampire lords are few and far between, and, like, their castles are part starship. So it's mostly, like, horror, fantasy, but there's a little bit of sci-fi sprinkled into it. Yeah, and there's enough comics and movies and books out there that I think it'd make for a really cool setting, a really cool system. That'd be neat. Yeah. What else?
The other one that came to mind was Wicked and Divine. Idea of, again, kind of modern day-ish, but I could imagine the main characters, all of the party player characters, having that like reawakened god and trying to figure out what's going on, finding each other and working together. So our friend Tucker has played in a system called Exalted. Oh, okay.
We've never played in it. So I think that might be sort of like that, but I'm not sure. If you know Exalted, tell us. Or if you know of a different system. For any of these that we're talking about, absolutely. But no, that'd be neat, and that is sort of that modern day, but there is something fantastical.
Yeah, and like technology is still interwoven in the story, so there's a little bit of that tech element. Like one of the characters in Wicked and Divine like creates automatons and stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool. I would love a like licensed, fully fleshed out Avatar game system.
Yeah, I've seen a few like homebrew.
Yeah, Keyleth. but no, I think that would be really cool. I don't know if I would want it set in the Last Airbender or the Legend of. I think I'd want it in Legend of Korra.
Or just
so like
you can set it in a different.
Or win it, sure. But like, plus the like 1920s feel of Korra is really cool. But anyway, yeah, I would love an Avatar, like a fully licensed Avatar setting. That'd be really cool.
Cool.
So yeah, we were just kind of brainstorming like these would be really neat. So if some of them exist, let us know if there's something that you think we should really check out that we'd really like. Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear as many suggestions as possible.
And what are systems or IPs that you would love to see in tabletop RPGs? Let's continue the conversation in comments.
I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure that you're following us on all of our socials.
And we just changed up our Patreon. It's much more geared towards interacting with all of you, so you can head on over there and check out the perks.
Thanks to all of our patrons, especially Sean.
If you like what we do and want to support our channel, head on over to our Patreon page.
There you can get access to our Patreon perks and exclusive streaming events.
And you can join in on our community discussions.
All right, so until next time, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And this is Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye. I want you to now say, and what are some of your favorites?
Okay.
Sorry.
And what are some of your systems or...
You'd like to see, yeah.